Something that I've talked about before, and I'm definitely going to talk about again, is this idea that editing becomes more fun when you compartmentalize the different editing stages. So for me, that means doing a first pass edit where the only thing I'm focused on is getting rid of the bad takes, removing filler words, and just kind of setting up the project so that I can do my next edit, which is my creative edit. The first pass edit really is the most tedious part, and so I want to get that over with as quickly as possible, because when I get to my creative edit, that's where I want to get into a state of flow and have fun and be creative and add things, and I don't want to have to worry about, oh, was this a good take, or whatever. That makes it tedious. So I want to get through the tedious stuff as fast as possible so that I can spend more time just enjoying the fun stuff. And I think that's one of the keys to editing and creating videos more consistently. One of the ways I make my first pass edit as fast as possible is I use keyboard shortcuts. So I'll typically have the cursor set to C, which is cut, and then I have my Q key set to ripple edit backwards to the previous cut. I have to look at my keyboard to see the W key to shuttle forward, and the E key to move the cursor to the playhead. And with that setup, I can have my right hand on the mouse, and I can have these three fingers on those three keys that are right next to each other. And I can get through my whole edit without having to move my hands, which just makes things a lot faster. The W key also, the more you press it, the faster it goes. And so I can just fly through. One of the things I've also tried before is a method that Caleb Wojcik talks about on his channel, where he goes backwards. He uses a clapping method between takes. I've tried to do it that way before, and I've done it my way. And I guess just because I haven't practiced the other way as much, my way just feels faster. And so I can get through it pretty quickly that way. But a new tool I've been using lately is called Descript. Now, this app does a lot of really cool things. You can bring in an audio file or a video file, and it'll transcribe it for you. It'll auto-detect different speakers if it's like a podcast or something like that. And so you can get a 95% accurate transcription. It's pretty amazing, but it gets cooler than that. You can actually go through and you can edit the text, and as you edit the text, it edits whatever audio or video file you've put in there, and then you can export that to the program that you're working in. It also has a feature where it'll automatically find filler words and just take them out of the script. You can also set it to look for a certain amount of silence, and then it'll replace that silence with a shorter pause. In a future video, I'm going to do a whole walkthrough of how Descript works and how I use it with my videos. But I thought today it would be fun, since I have a video to edit, to see which method is faster. The method that I've been using with my keyboard shortcuts, or using Descript. And as a caveat, they don't exactly both produce the same thing. And there are some things like in Descript, you have to load it into the program and you have to wait for it to do the transcription, which is still pretty quick, but it shaves off a little bit of time. And what I bring in from Descript isn't quite as polished as what I'm able to produce with my first pass edit using keyboard shortcuts, but it's close enough that as I go through and do my creative edit, I can nudge things over and it's fine. But all of that said, they're pretty similar as far as just getting me through that first pass so that I can focus on the creative stuff. So first I'm going to go through this clip using my keyboard shortcut process, and then I'm going to take the clip into Descript and I'm going to do it that way, and we're going to see which one is faster. Let's go. All right, so I've got my project set up in Premiere Pro, and I've got my cursor set to the cutting tool, and then also got my keyboard shortcuts all set up. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started on this, and we will start the timer. Zoom out here real quick and see how far we yeah, we're not even halfway. Okay. So I realized I had a section in here where I was going off script and I was ad-libbing a little bit, so I think that made it longer than it was originally. So if I zoom out, I'm still not halfway. Dang it. All right, so I've just added the video to Descript, and now we're going to do the transcription process and edit the video here, and we'll see how long that takes. All right, it finished transcribing, so now I'm going to go through and I'm just going to edit the text and delete any extra takes, and then I'll go through and remove the filler words and stuff like that. So first, let's go through and take out the text that we don't need. All right, so I've made it all the way through the transcript and gotten rid of the extra takes. So now here I would usually go to remove filler words, but because this was from a script, there shouldn't be anything in there that I need to remove. So I'm just going to shorten the word gaps. And I have kind of a standard thing that I set up here. I feel like it's a little bit aggressive, and so I'm going to bring this up just a tad. And see how I like that. And we'll go ahead and apply to all. Alright, so that is basically it. Now I just go over here to share and export and click Premiere, and then I will just save this into my folder. And it's pretty quick. So it creates an XML file that's already in here, so I'm going to just drag this into my project. And then all I have to do is, I'm going to open this. Copy that, go back here. Alright, so you can see like side by side, this is the first version of it, and that I edited with keyboard shortcuts, and this is the second version, and they look pretty close. This one probably from Descript probably has more cuts in it, but let's see who the winner was. Alright, so I'm not surprised that when you account for the time it takes to load the clip in and process the transcript, Descript is faster. And again, I don't get as polished of a result, but still the speed I think is worth having a little bit of extra work to do during the creative edit. So I want to hear from you about your editing process. What is similar about your editing process to the way that I do it, and what are some differences? What are some things that I could do differently that would be faster? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.